So it has been a minute since I last did a chapter on the I don't think you've seen this movie series. And no, I haven't abandoned this or the Box Office Bomb series. I just had so many other videos to squeeze in. It probably felt like I abandoned these two series, but fear not. We are back with another segment in the I Don't Think You've Seen This Movie series, and today we are talking about the 2015 horror film, Howl. Let's get into it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your guard speaking. I'd like to welcome you aboard the 2359 service to Eastborough. Tickets, please.
I see your ticket, please. Thank you.
It was such a great night. You should have been there.
As usual, the rules are as follows. No spoilers if I can help it. I can't talk about any movies in the Box Office Bomb series, that would be redundant, and nothing super popular like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. And with that being said, you might be asking what this movie's about. Well, the story follows a train guard by the name of Joe Griffin as he's working the midnight shift of a commuter train traveling through the English countryside. And the train breaks down, all communications seem to be unresponsive, and a creature is stalking the passengers just outside the train. The story is very simple but solid. I love the whole setup, although I don't entirely buy that some kind of monstrous creature could still be roaming the English countryside of all places. It's not that big of an island, especially in the modern day with modern technology and populations. I probably would have felt more comfortable with Eastern Europe or even someplace more exotic or desolate like the Middle East or Siberia, but this is what we got, and for what it is, it works pretty well. Another thing that surprised me was the character development of the train passengers. As the movie starts, I hated everyone, including the main character of Joe. To start, the passengers are mean, obnoxious, rude, make false allegations against each other, insulting, and abrasive. You know, your typical Englishman. I'm kidding, of course. But seriously, even Joe is like this very pathetically wimpy, anti-confrontational character that just like I did not like at all. But as the film progressed, the characters started developing, and some that I absolutely hated wound up being rather interesting and not as horrendous as initially thought. Some do just get flat out worse and just are pure evil, but others do grow and actually had me kind of rooting for some of them, which is impressive. That movie can go from me hating to liking characters in the span of 90 minutes. Another thing I really liked was the creature design. The creature design and effects were a highlight. I don't want to spoil what the monster is, but if you read the title, you can probably make an educated guess as to what the creature is. I will say that it's not the best of this kind of creature design, but it is pretty good and better than a lot in this genre, and I was very happy with the overall effects, designs, and execution of this monster. A lot worse movies I've seen with worse creature designs in this kind of genre. And it may not be a huge factor, but I was very happy with the musical score. I thought it was very solid, and it's never like a deal breaker for a movie if it's a nothing musical score, although there are some musical scores that can ruin a movie. But for this movie, I actually liked the musical score. I thought it was a net benefit to the entire film, and I always like to make note when a musical score stands out, especially in a kind of indie movie like this. So in the end, Howl was a very solid, well-paced horror film that I almost never hear anyone talk about. The quality of this film is far too good for indie budgets and movies of this type of status. And this movie holds up pretty well for being a 10-year-old movie. And it's one of the better horror movies you're going to see this year on streaming. It's free on Tubi at the time of this recording, and so honestly I would highly recommend you check out Howl. It was pretty solid horror movie, and I don't think you've seen this film. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about the film in the comments down below. Please do the thing with the leaving, the liking, and the subscribing, and the glaving. And I'm Christopher Connell with 11 Hour Reviews, and that will be all for today.